We are back from the Nino Bowling Club, Hutt Valley of Wellington, New Zealand, on this Anzac Day, and our Anzac Day coverage continues. Day number 2 of the Champion of Champions event, the Angus Hotel Champion of Champions event, presented by Bowls Wellington. It is game number 2 of 3 as far as our live broadcast today. Shaking of hands, all the formalities out of the way, and we're about to see our men's pairs final, which will see Victoria up against Wainuiomata. I will give you details of the two teams in just a moment. Game number 2, as I mentioned, of 3 today. Earlier, we saw a quite extraordinary game in the women's triples. I just need to make a correction. I have warned you, audience, that discretion advised because my math's involved. A wild old game where Victoria found themselves trailing by 10 after 12 ends. I had them eventually winning 25-18 thanks to a 3 on the last. In fact, it was 3 to the other side, which I do apologise for. So it should read, and does read in the official scorebook, Victoria 22, Johnsonville 21. Didn't change the outcome of the game. So Victoria are going to feel about 19 foot tall, I would think, after coming from all that way back over the last few ends to take the victory. So just another centre title for the trio, Sarah Takamo, Helen King and Robin Rinsel. So well done to Victoria, winning the Champion of Champions title 2021 in our first game. We are now underway in the men's pairs final between Victoria and Wainuiomata. So the Victoria fans are lingering around, and why not? They've already had one success and seeking another. These two sides have progressed through to the stage, the final, after semi-final victories. In somewhat contrasting fashion, Victoria, the team of Robbie Bennett, who was the skip, alongside lead Scott Roddick, down to Johnsonville by 23-16 in the semi-final, while Wainuiomata's Peter Poynton, the skip, and the lead Matt Riches got past Stokes Valley in a very close one by 16-14. So Wainuiomata and Victoria are through to the stage. I don't really need to tell you the colours. Wainuiomata, of course, synonymous with green and black, as you will see in Victoria, black and yellow. So the two sides, as I mentioned, skip Robbie Bennett and Scott Roddick. From Victoria, Wainuiomata have Peter Poynton as the skip, and leading out for them is Matt Riches. That is Scott Roddick. Lefty, is he? So that will help, won't it? If you don't have an innate understanding of the sport. Unlike my co-commentator for this match, for the first portion of, utterly delighted. It's the variety of people who have been more than willing to jump on board and add credibility to this broadcast. This man certainly does. Seamus Curtin joins us, a capped black cap, of course, who represented us at the World Cup in 2019 in Australia at the tender age. I'm trying to do maths of 18 or 19, something like
19,
that.
I think it was,
something like that. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Nice. It's nice to be here.
It's great to be here.
I know, two awesome days in a row, and the weather forecast didn't look that great on Friday, so it's good to have some good weather. Yeah,
I'm guessing bowlers when they say, late April for this event after daylight savings, who knows what sort of conditions we're going to get.
Nothing worse playing in wind and rain, so and it's a really open facility, not icy. Wind comes whistling through here, so it might be a bit tricky. It might pick up in the afternoon, but hopefully it stays away and we see some good bowls. Yeah,
it did seem to pick up in the first game later on in that women's triples. That's quite an extraordinary comeback, isn't it?
Oh, amazing! I think Sos just told me that it's Helen's 31st centre title, which definitely is incredible.
So what's that? 6 gold stars already locked up.
Yeah, I think it goes bar, and then I think 20s is another thing. I don't know.
Because people don't get to that number normally.
That's right.
We have to pull out the old textbook and blow the dust off it and actually go, if you've won 30, what do you get? Keys to the city, maybe, for all I know. But I think that joined her, I mentioned that in the last broadcast, second all time. Second all time. Second equal all time.
Yeah.
Judy Howard, the only one with 37, but
the legend of the game.
Yeah, that is a name. It's most Chittenden would know about.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're probably lost. You've clicked on the wrong link, maybe.
Yeah.
But stay with us. We're hoping this great trend of very, very tight, interesting contests on rink number 7, where all the stream games are being played across this great facility. They've all delivered, fair to say.
Robbie looks on a good track here. Is he going to get there? Or good shot. 2 good bowls. He pushed the other 2 up beforehand, and now he's just drawn another one.
It's a shame you're 20 years young, but fair to say your whole life's had bowls in it some way, shape or form.
Yeah, I've been around the game since I was 2 or 3, down at the club running around while Mum and Dad were playing.
Running on the green, annoying them.
Yeah. I remember back then I had to stay in one corner of the club because having kids at the club wasn't accepted, so I had to stay in this one little corner, and if I left it, then I get told off. So,
how times have changed.
Oh, I know. Now we're playing against them and playing with them. So, it's cool. A good sport, and meet a lot of cool people.
So Rachel's mum,
yep.
Con dad,
my dad, yep.
When did you first beat them? When were you the first best player in the house?
Oh no, I think they'll still say that they're the best ones in the house. But nah, we enjoy it. We all play together and practice together, go down to the club and do some practices, and yeah, it's great family sport.
Yeah, that's fantastic. There's not too many other sports, great grandfathers or grandmothers can play with grandsons. It's incredible like that.
It is, yeah, and you can play the sport for ever, your whole life. So Robbie just fallen a bit short.
I think we had, forgive me, I don't have his name handy. We had one of the skips yesterday was 91 years young. I couldn't believe how sprightly he was. I think he could beat me over 100 metres. That's not saying much.
Last bowl coming down. He wants to get onto his black one, just underneath if possible. Get a little edge off Scott Roddick's.
A little bit too much heat. It's like that. So
2 to Victoria by the looks.
Victoria. So Victoria on the board. So tell me about the nuances of pairs. Everyone probably has their favourite form of the game, but let's drill down on this one. What stands out? As far as working well as a combo.
It all starts off with the lead. In pairs, having a good lead normally wins the game. So if Scott can get off to a good one, or if Matt can start off well, I'd say they'll get off to a good start and probably have a better chance of winning. But these 2 skips have been around for a while, and I'm sure they'll put their mark and leave their mark on the game.
For anything other than the singles, when you talk about the lead, does that ring true that they determine most of the games, or is that more so for the pairs, you think?
Well, I guess the skip has the last say.
Yeah.
But the lead sets up a good head for the skip. The skip normally plays better when there's a good head set up, so they can play their shots with confidence without any worries of jumping a big number. So I guess it works off each other. Good when you have a good lead and they're playing well. The skip can sort of complement it and contribute to the lead's bowls.
So this is Scott Roddick, nicknamed Sid. Sid Roddick. That sounds like a movie character, doesn't it? Sid Roddick. I do like that. Started playing out at Eastbourne 2000.
Yeah, I think he moved to Island Bay for Interclub, and now he's playing his club events at Victoria, obviously. So he's been around a few clubs. This looks like a pretty big swinging hand. Coming back. Yeah, well played.
Delightful stuff, isn't it?
A little toucher.
Get that chalk on that. Rummaging around his pocket trying to find it. He's like, oh dear, did I actually bring out the chalk? Where is it? Where is it? Hope the lining isn't ripped and it's dropped down the strides. Rocking the baggy ones today. Good to see Peter Poynton from Wainui Amata. Skipper there.
Scott's on a good line. He's got a little bit of weight. He should get close. It's falling under the head. Now, it's amazing when people put chalk. They can put it down their sock. I remember my dad back in the day. He always just put it down his sock and pull it out of his sock. And he thinks you got to do this when you're when you get your chalk, put it down your sock. So I started doing it for a while, and then it sort of grew out of me. I didn't want to follow my
We had Karen Guilford on yesterday talking about sometimes how her tape measure often ends up in the handbag.
Oh, yes.
But nowhere near where she needs it. How's this?
Great shot.
Brilliant stuff. This is a good start from both sides. The correction is there early.
Yeah. Well, it's 3 good bowls by both teams, really. Scott's put some handy ones around. And obviously there's two right there's exceptional.
So what do you see as far as options for the two Scaps? Still a variety of plays?
I don't think he'll be short. He needs to be playing through this so he can get some movement. Even if it does go back to the Wainui's back one, at least it leaves him some room to draw his next when he's got another couple.
Yeah, I don't think
He's playing down the forehand with some weight.
he is.
Oh, he gets the back one out.
Skate on by, but does collect the back bowl. It's removed from the equation. So Peter Poynton.
Now, Peter won't be wanting to be short here with Robbie playing weight. Anything over the head will be very handy for him. She looks pretty good. Just dropping. Damn, that's turning.
That is. Oh, he's doctored the ball. like facing Wazim and Walker in the 90s after they've had sandpaper on it. That is turned quickly.
Probably a similar bowl. Just needs to bring his line in a touch.
Buffeting breeze. Oh, he sort of plays through that break just with that extra pace, so goes through.
Peter changing his hands, looking to just get over the head.
And Rich is sending a message. You can hear that breeze has picked up. Sparkling looking green they're playing on.
Close to drawing another shot.
Far off.
Well, it's still handy. The trouble here with Robbie, he doesn't want to get the shot bowl onto his own one and lose a number. But if he gets it right, he might be able to pick up a shot. Good effort.
So just one to play. It will be out of the hand of Peter Poynton of Wainui Amata.
How long has Peter been playing, do you know?
I do. Thorough research, which was open the email provided by Nigel, who's done incredible work. 1991. Peter started at the Tony Bowling Club.
30 years of experience.
Hell yes. It's a lot of experience. So they're not going to get flustered.
No.
Early on.
Used to the Wellington wind.
Yeah. I really can hear it now, which is a bit of a shame because it's still bright sunshine.
I think it shows the quality of those first couple of ends. There's still been some really good bowls, even though that wind's starting to pick up.
So, Wainui Amata on the board, picking up 3. Good scoring through 2 of 18 ends. Which pairs 3 bowls per player, as opposed to the triples that we've just seen. Seems every bowler much prefers 3 or 4 out of their hand.
Oh, yeah.
The first one goes wayward.
You've still
The
got another
triples
couple
or 4s, you've only got 1. And you're like,
to fix it up. That's right.
All right. Sid Roddick. Doubtful look down. Worried about the line. It's going to be very narrow. Slide away. Did notice yesterday when the wind did pick up, the end they are playing towards now, which is away from us in the commentary position, it did seem people were struggling more with that range that way. I don't know if that's a combination of the breeze and pace of it, but
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. We've got two players playing different hands here. So Scott's playing the wider hand. So he's using the wind to push his bowl towards the jack. And Matt. And Matt is playing the tight hand.
Stark contrast from the beach towel we could have chucked over all the bowls, it seemed, in the last end. There's
we're giving them compliments too early.
Yeah. We could drive a Mack truck in towards the jack at the moment. Big breath from Matt Riches as he releases.
So he's skinny. All right, no more compliments for these fellas.
Bit of scolding from their skips as they wander on by. Or do what Matt's done and just run away, it seems. He's going to run off.
All right.
Get on the other side of his skip. So Robbie Bennett of Victoria, Peter Poynton. It's got sort of a wry smile at their leads.
So got to be a 3-bowl singles game between the skips.
Yeah. Some skips would love that, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah. I'd love to have last bowl.
Yeah.
Last bowl would be handy.
A little bit more heat as far as, you know, the game within the game that each end is. Probably on this fella. Poynton with Victoria to go last. Peter's just going to wait for the breeze to die down, so it could be any time between now and the end of eternity. The end of the world, rather.
Now, it depends if he gets... Oh, it's breaking early.
Break it. I think the wind shouldn't have just out that break, so...
Oh, could be close for the shot.
Let's see if Robbie Bennett can make it a little bit easier for us to figure out who has shot. He too with plenty of experience out of playing back in 93, 94. And that is what we like to see. Right on the
That's
centre
when you
line.
say that's how you do it, Leeds.
Yeah. Right, smile. Look.
It's not that hard, is it?
So Poynton.
Pressure straight back on.
Body language tells me he's uncertain.
Is he gonna... No. It's interesting watching the body language of players, eh? Everyone's got their little twerk.
Yep. Look at Bennett. It's got sort of a little hitch. You know, turns the wrist. He takes the bowl back and releases. Whatever works. It's like putting in golf.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Whatever works for you.
Good shot, Robbie.
You don't get points for artistic interpretation, do you? You
No.
look classical. Poynton releases, thumps the leg on a couple of occasions because he's probably slightly overcorrected.
So
It's coming back nicely, isn't it? Nice little gentle applause from his teammate.
Though he didn't get the second shot or the shot, he makes the distance smaller for Robbie to draw his final one. If he didn't get one there, Robbie would have had a metre to draw, which you'd back him after his first two, so they'll be happy with that one.
Roll on through, meaning a couple for Victoria to end the third of 18. 18 ends. Wainui Amata and Victoria in this final. Wainui Amata on their way to the final. As mentioned, they beat Stokes Valley by just a couple of Ewan Wong and Andrew Simpson, who dipped out, as did Ross Gillett and Wayne Coleman for Johnsonville, beaten by Bennett and Roddick of Victoria. If you're just tuning in to our stream for the first time, we've already crowned the junior women's champion. That was Sheree Bryan of Stokes Valley. Robin Tuckett, the last bowl of the women's singles final, wrapped up a thrilling 21-20 victory over Dale Rayner of Johnsonville. It's been a good couple of days for
looking over, it looks like some
Hut
really
clubs.
close scores throughout the whole tournament.
Peers women won a 9-0, beating Stokes Valley 16-14. So job done there. Victoria beating Johnsonville in the women's triples 22-21. That's the game we've just seen completed. Hamish Ryan of Silverstream winning the junior men. Robbie Birds, home club man, beating Aaron Love of Island Bay in the men's singles. The only real runaway final was in the men's triple, where it was Johnsonville 27-6 winners over Kandala. It really does stand out like a beacon.
Yeah.
But it's now a men's pair. See if we can bring up the... Oh, screwing, there we have it. Found my way, Seamus, mate. Technological. Ignoramus that I am. So 4-3, Wainui Amata. Much longer end. Lane towards us. The commentary position. And the distance, the pool. Been down those tubes a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Been down there a few times. One of the best pools in Wellington, I think. Enjoy that pool.
Who doesn't like going down the tubes?
Oh, I reckon. You still go down the tubes?
Well, I can get down them, if that's what you're implying. Doing that more with the kids on the scene now. Just a big kid. We're all big kids when we go to those, don't we?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Forever young.
Yeah. He's on the wider track again.
And for that big sweeping break that we've seen. Often it will come in close enough.
Oh, yeah, that's a shot.
Just flop on over.
It's better than the last end.
Yeah. Good to see a bit of humour from Matt Riches and the knitted vest with the poppy. Great to see the poppy on. Hope you're all enjoying your Anzac Day. So, skips have rushed to the mat and they're away. Victoria's Robbie Bennett. Well, this is his first of three. Probably going to be a bit narrow.
Deciding what hand. Forehand, he's got the zone to push up. Or the backhand, he obviously take his green and appropriate come back. So he's chosen the forehand. Stern look.
And biting right on the side of his lip. Oh, let's stop now. We'll just
Good weight.
back in behind. His teammates, back to Victoria.
Went to school with Robbie Bennett's son. One of my mates.
Which school was that one?
Altair College.
Ah, fine institution.
Yes. Just had a big upgrade, actually. I think Robbie's going to become a granddad too. I think he's having a baby.
Nick is.
No.
Did you say?
No,
That would be
no.
a story. Nick? It is?
No, Quinton is his son.
Right, sorry. Yeah. Don't make assumptions, Daniel. Come on. Show some maturity. So, final bowl each.
Yeah, I think it is.
One remaining for either side will be Robbie. Robbie of the Clan Bennett. Oh, he's not happy. He's turned around. He's almost... he's given himself an uppercut. Well, it's not the worst, but not good enough.
No, not happy with it.
No. The green to work with.
Just got to check this one out. His bowl's turned quite a bit, so... Yeah, holding 1 or 2. Wait.
I don't think he minds this. Going to get
there?
up.
No.
So 2 kicked away.
Written out the measure. You seen those laser measures that's come out?
No, tell me about them.
Got some laser measures, so you put a little thing at the end of the bowl, and then it's just basically a bit of metal that you lean against the bowl, and then the other side it has a laser that you got to line up with the metal, and it tells you the distance. So,
so like a tape measure will have some sort of reading for you.
Yeah, it's like a little screen that tells you how far away it is. So it's like I don't know what readings they read. I haven't actually seen it. Oh, it's a 4. Good pick up for the Wainui pair.
It's a high scoring game.
Yeah, so how technology is changing for bowls.
My only concern is get in the wrong hands. You're going to try and laser the other guy's eyes. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I might remember, was it Aaron Cruden trying to kick a conversion in Argentina, and there's the laser pointer on his forehead. And
Oh, from one of the crowd members.
One of the crowd. It's a I'm far too cynical. I'm far too cynical.
A couple of nights ago, I think.
Yeah. Shining off his teeth as he's smiling, kicking another game-winning goal. He's gone all right.
Yeah. Is it 4 games? It's one.
Something like that, Seamus.
The last minute.
So 7-4 is the score, and we've only played 4 of 18. Wainuiomata operating in 3s and 4s at the moment. Victoria consistent, picking up their 2s. Decent enough effort from the lead of Wainuiomata. Which is line right as it settled around that centre circle. The centre line, rather.
It's pretty good.
Nice little kiss on the cheek.
Get the rake out.
Follow Jack, so start from both. Just looking to respond.
Looks like he's interested. A good second.
A bit far off is the message from his skip.
Scott looking to repeat after his first one. He'd want to make this one over if anything. He doesn't want to be short.
Can he get it out that back?
It's pretty.
He's repeated the dose, almost. Problem is, he's moved the jack just fraction to the right with his last attempt. Jeez.
Peter will be happy with that.
Yeah.
Give something over the head for him to go down and play his next few. Scott again looking to either get close or just over the head.
Yeah, this looks like the latter, and he's going to achieve it. He's threatening the ditch, though.
Stays on. He won't be unhappy with that.
Yeah, it's off screen, but it's visualise maybe half a foot to the right of the centre line.
Good turnout for the couple of days, eh?
Has been.
Yeah.
Good to see the local club support. You can see, obviously, the bowlers out in the middle, but the players aren't playing. They're all huddling around, urging them on. Good days too. I've noticed a lot more hats and sunnies today. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah. People are obviously doubtful of what happened when they pulled back the curtains yesterday. So, the sun was with us throughout. There's a wider shot, a camera work, as we can see the full lay of the land now. Another one out the back. Plenty of protection for both.
Robbie looking to draw another one.
Doesn't give much away there. Poker face. Coming in. Just goes through the gap.
Another handy home for him. Just looking over the draw, just sit the ball through or use one of the wing ones to get into the jack. She looks like a very good track.
And pointing nicely.
Oh,
Two has found a way through.
Very good weight. I think that's the weight to play.
Nice Bennett attempt.
You're on a pretty good track again. Any connection onto Scott's good.
Oh, 3 in a row. Just nestles down. Still not inside the effort of Riches.
So Peter now back on the draw. He notices that he's only got one bowl on the head, and if he loses that one, he goes 3. So I think he's looking more just to draw it.
Nothing worse than a self-inflicted wound in this game.
No, it happens more often
than you would like to think.
Yeah.
Damn, I've shot myself in the foot once again.
He's decided to play a similar shot, I think. He's taking the risk.
He's walking after it. He's put the brakes on. Coming in.
So now Robbie, he can either draw another shot here or he can play a similar shot to get onto the green one. If he gets on the green one and the jack, he can push it back to the other two that's just gone through the gap. Doesn't like it.
Pick it up. He says, pick it up. I don't want to see where that finishes. So we are now through five ends of this 18-end contest. Victoria jumped out 2-0 after the first. Wainui Mata back in front after the second. Victoria back in front after the third. Wainui Mata are up 7-4 after the fourth, so it's the first time we've not seen a lead change.
First time we've got a score to 1 too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right actually. Yeah, so Victoria chip away. The Victoria club teams on 6 and 5 playing at the same time, so see lots of support for them. Piers, Angus Hotel, Champion of Champions weekend. Bowls Wellington. Daniel McCarty with you, and Seamus Curtin. Proud Plymouton boy through and through, right?
Yeah, brought up in Plymouton, born and bred. Old stomping ground.
So you're not stomping around there nearly as much these days. Now you're at uni and...
Yeah, at uni now, so take the train and then the bus up to uni, and then same on the way home. it's good. Good to get something behind me and study something but other than bowls. Made the move over to Australia last year, and that was cut short due to COVID. So I had to change my priorities not priorities, but change my view and decided to come back. And now I'm at university. And
was it for travel, pleasure, work, bowls?
Over there was for bowls.
That was the plan?
Yeah, so I had a little gig over there. And they wanted me to play for the club and work at the club, and they supplied a house and stuff like that for me. So it was a really good experience. But
what part of Australia?
Warilla, Sydney, just close to Wollongong, which is a really strong club, and the experience was great. But obviously, it's nice to be home and in best place in the world for COVID. So,
well, there is that. Yeah, yep.
So, good to be home.
Certainly frustrating though for you. I'm sure it would have been a wonderful opportunity to really hone your craft.
Oh, that's right. And I sort of put the year aside just for that, and then reevaluate if I wanted to stay or if I wanted to come home. So it was a bit of a shame, but time has changed, and into university now. Studying
psychology.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, which would be handy out in the greens, won't it?
Oh, the amount of comments I get. Everyone says I've got to work on them. But nah, it's going good. A handy one there.
A little meeting is he's not carrying a weapon, if that's what you're concerned about, but he's a player after my own heart with those little hooks to help him collect the bowl off the lawn. Could come in handy if things do get a little bit testy though. Keeping the fingers warm, Bennett, as he blows into the right hand. Plays off the backhand. He hasn't spun away in anger like his last effort in previous end.
He's going to get caught up on the front ones, I think.
Yeah.
Well, he's not even going to make it to the front ones.
Run out of gas halfway home. Wellington and Wainuiamata with a slight advantage, still very early in this game. Everything's going to be early in comparison to the last game. Down by 10 with 6 to go. And
great shot.
That's fantastic.
Not really a target here for Robbie, so he's going to have to stay on the draw. Oh, okay, he proved me wrong.
Well, he's seen something else. Playing with a bit of gas here. Take out one of them out. Still has one remaining himself. How will the skipper Wainui respond? Far more sedate. Releases. He's trotting after it. Get around.
He needs to slow down a little bit.
He's sprinting now. Good pace from Peter Poynton to get down, but too much pace on that.
Waddling down. That's probably going to be doing is back on the draw. Came back.
There's hold up, he's saying. He can't fill in that gap of the bowl that he removed.
Well, it looks like it's still 1 to Wainui, but doing the fingering it.
Problem if Pete's going to run after each one, his pants keep sliding on him. Poor fella. Hitches them up. Eyes forward as he hopes to steal another shot and increase this lead. It's a big game for Peter Poynton and Matt Riches as they seek their first centre title. And you've racked up as many years as they have, they will cherish it. Just obscured our view, but it appears and settles towards the back.
1 to 1.
So just 1 to Wainuiomata. So add another one. Means 8 to 5 to Victoria. So how did your own season go? The, sort of the... When did you return from Australia?
When it first broke out, it was last year.
So we're talking around May, June.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, end of March, I think it was.
So you've had a full summer, or full season back here.
Yeah, yep. Had the full summer, and obviously I couldn't start at uni because it already started. The university already started, so had the full bowl season and did some work over that time, and then started full-time uni now. So
How's the form?
It's going okay. One more event at Johnsonville in a couple of weeks, and then I'll be done and have a nice little break. Had a few good results. A few more would have been nice.
Yeah.
But, a par season, I'd say. Par.
What was the highlight?
Highlighted season, probably the Bowls 3-5 TV league.
Yeah.
Really good experience and a really good culture in our team, and to have so much support behind us from the Stokes Valley Bowling Club was insane. Going up most weeks to play bowls up there, and
Vipers are firing, spitting almost.
spitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snake Skelly.
I think Vipers spit, don't they?
I don't actually know. I should know. But no, amazing experience.
How so? Just all of it? Just the music, the rock and roll nature to it.
I guess it's just the whole experience. I guess
Just a whole different energy.
yeah, you feel almost like a professional athlete going up
Yeah.
flying up and then playing on TV and then flying home the next day and coming back to reality. Just the whole. It's really cool. I enjoy it.
Sorry, that's Roddick trying to bend it back. Let's move the green bowls. It's already steered me wrong. The green bowls, you'd think naturally maybe the Wainui player would have it, but au contraire, no. This one's going to be under the head, isn't it? Narrow. What's the weight like? Peter's not in the best position in the world for us to forecast where that may settle. No best messing about from left-handed Victorian player.
Going to slip under his green one. Not going to get back, I don't think.
There's no traffic to worry about in front of the jack.
Skips can be happy if they can have a clear line to the jack. The worst thing they want is when there's a bowl in your road and you've got a good bowl coming in and it gets caught up on a short one. So Skips will be happy. They have a clear draw line either hand and another singles game with the Skips.
Worst outcome when you're playing lead and you're leaving them short consistently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just pack your bag and walk home.
Some people would say they'd rather them in the ditch.
They're no use to anyone.
Yeah.
Boynton with his first, the skipper Wainuiomata.
Very good track. How's his weight?
His teammate lives every bowl, doesn't he? He's like, I know.
Just wants to pick it up and put it close to the jack.
Exactly. Look over there. No, that's fine. That's fine. Bennett with his first. And he likes it, doesn't he? And it's just going to nestle
Very good
right
shot.
next door.
What's he going to do here?
Could be a couple to Victoria as it currently stands.
Are we going to be on the draw? Yep.
Took a little extra time. Maybe had another thought in mind, but gone for the draw. But
That tight line again. Don't really want to be tight on that hand. It seems to be pretty harsh if you're a bit tight.
Bennett himself will just looking to repeat his last effort.
Good track again. All down to his weight.
Been pretty consistent with the skip. Not only this end, but previously so. But he's got them in a good position to pick up multiple points on this.
You can't really afford to have too much weight here. He's only got one bowl on the head, so he has to be on the draw.
Oh, that stamp tells you everything you need to know, does it?
Normally means you're quick. Yeah.
Very.
Probably just going to be on the draw. Yeah, depending on how much they hold. That blue one was still worth. If they got a couple of rolls out of the blue one, they could have got 5 or 6 if they rolled it far enough. Be interesting to see how much they have.
Two,
there you go.
three. 3 kicked away. So no doubt about those 3. Well, we could tell even on the screen, be a minimum of 2. Finally defer to tape.
Well, another big number for the game. 3, maybe 4.
I love how trusting everyone is of their own eyes when they assess the measure. I, being a naturally cynical person, wouldn't trust your eyes. I'd say, get that measure out. So, yep, another high-scoring end in this high-scoring game. We've seen ends of 3, 4, 3 in the previous to Wainui Amata, and I think 3 more. Was it?
3 to Victoria.
At the far end, the score has been updated by Matt Riches. So 8 apiece. And we are 7 ends complete. A rare short end coming towards us in the commentary position. We preferred the longer, but
Scott Ruddock doesn't normally give much away.
throw of the towel over the shoulder might be his towel.
Yeah.
It's a good effort for the previous length. This end well off the mark first up for the Victoria lead. Riches looks far more likely.
Yeah, good start. They'll be happy with that one.
How did you find these events as a young teen? You were competing in these events, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah. Won my first senior title when I was 13, I think it was, in the pairs under the Jackals. So Jackals, yeah. So Jackals was came on for members who are under 18, and you can enter with another under 18 player in your region. So I played with Lachlan Gordon. He doesn't play much anymore. I think he plays here and there. That was our first our first centre title together. It was really cool.
What sort of reaction were you getting from the other teams? It's like,
I thought we were just having fun.
Whose kids are you? Like, oh no, you're playing us.
Yeah.
Oh, you're beating us now.
Yeah. I think we actually played Robbie.
Yeah.
We played Rob Bennett in the quarter-final or semi-final in that year, 2013. So, yes.
Yeah, those first wins do linger in most athletes' minds a bit longer, don't they?
Yeah. I remember it was when we got a voucher, and the voucher was you could either use it at Liquorland or New World. And 13-year-old me was like, "Oh, Mum, can I use it at Liquorland?"
Mum went, "No, I'll take that. Thank you very much." No. Did it feel like Christmas though when you won?
It did feel like Christmas, and it was good to win with a good mate of mine too. And we had great fun. So it's amazing how you play better when you're with good mates and you're enjoying it.
You just want, because sometimes you get weird pairs where if things are a little bit fractured as a team, it's like, as long as I play well.
Yeah.
So, end 8. The leads have gone. Now the skips. Going to one short. Catch the outside edge of, just in front and to the right, and slide on through. So, I think that's green. I think that's
looks like it from here, eh?
Victoria. A bowl of Roddick.
Peter and his trusty wide hand. He's played a couple of good ones down this way before.
See if that can continue despite the shorter end. Hello. There's his teammate.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good shot.
He loves that.
Very good shot. Looks like it may be 3 to Wainui. That forehand. Probably looking just slip under the 2 shot bowls.
No, he's mumbling to himself and
not that far under.
cursing himself as he wanders to the back. He knows that's in the irrelevant zone. I didn't quite pick up the message there. Muffled with that breeze. Poynton sends it down once more. Can he build on this advantage?
Skip put a lot of pressure on Robbie if he can draw this one.
Oh, his teammate loves it.
Doesn't want to move it too far.
Oof.
Just the one now. So they're holding 3 before. He just trailed it away, and now they're only holding 1. One of those good but bad wells.
Yeah. Scott Roddick moved out of the way and presented us with that. Well perched at bottom right.
Can Robbie capitalise?
Can you get a clip here?
Inside of the edge. Oh.
Wobbles but then falls over. Staggers. Doesn't get over the gutter.
Peter, see if you can do it again.
3 touches in a row, that would be. He's not so certain this time, is he?
Oh, it's pretty similar. Just need to slip that green one at the front.
That's one skipper to the other. Robbie Bennett's. Thanks very much, Peter Poynton. Would have been 3 down, but you've helped us ease the pain, and only one instead of Wainui Mata go back in front. It's 9-8. We've played 8 of 18. It's about to hit the halfway stage.
Peter won't be happy with that one. If he drew that one without moving the jack, it would have been a 4. With Robbie's last bowl, plus Peter had another one, opportunity for 5. So unfortunately, that's how the game goes.
That self-inflicted wound we discussed.
Yeah. Matt, can he replicate what he did the last end? Like you say, this way seems to be a bit more tricky for the players.
It's short and to the right, so improvements needed by Wainui Amata lead, but it's now Roddick.
Having a bit
He's
of trouble
got some
going this
juice
way.
on that, and it's going to be helped out of play by Wainui skip, because that was too long. Looking for the big late break. Starts to indicate turn left. It's good to see people passing by and offering your advice and commentary.
Yep. Knocking on the window. Needs to miss this blue one.
Gonna get by, won't. And promote the Blues to touch. Coming to the backhand. And Riches.
If he can slip a good one in here, just on the wider side. That's not bad.
It's nice, isn't it? Almost in line with the centre line. Tucked in behind. You like him there. Roddick also changing sides. No. It was a call either from him or a skip.
Now the skips go down and just bowl their line, and hopefully they miss some of the short stuff in the way.
Side would you be playing on? What are you more comfortable?
For
go-to?
Robbie, I'd be probably playing the backhand on the right side of the green. Probably less chance of hitting the bowler. Where on the other side you got 2 bowls, which are probably in your line. But there's ways either way, as long as you get it. Peter's got his bowl on this side of the green, so he'll be playing that. If he promotes himself, which will be good, or if he just slips under for a good shot.
Stands admiring it.
There you go.
He was looking almost to slow its momentum of his teammates' bowl, but
This will be interesting. I think this. Oh no, he's going forehand. Trusting the swinging hand, see if he can swing all the way around. He's played 90% of his bowls down this side, so obviously he's confident down there. That was the trouble.
that's the danger. Well picked by Seamus. Curtin next to me. Yeah, the body language tells me Peter's not happy how that felt coming out. And that will just hang on. Out of shot, but still on the land, at least.
be deciding which hand to play.
He's probably thinking, now if I go backhand, I'll probably hit his other one.
It looks like he's thinking about putting some more weight into it.
Betwixt and between.
What, for the ball? Yeah.
So what he's suggesting is that he plays weight, and if you get onto one of the shot bowls and get both of them,
don't want to lose ours, mate.
but then like Scott's saying right now, if he loses his, he's 3 down plus. Plus Peter has another one to come.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah. Decided to draw the shot.
Yep.
Backhand. Not a bad line.
It's going to definitely get under.
It's going to make it.
It is.
Very good.
Very good indeed.
One to Winery, they say.
You've got to catch it anyway, if you move it. Clear the side of that bowl. The wing bowl.
Pointed releases.
Any movement on the jack or?
That's well out of play.
Well, half a foot on your lap.
It's going to make that small adjustment. Chick's pretty good.
It's turned quite markedly, much to the surprise of the Victoria skip. So, Wainui Amata are up 10 to 8. Well, Seamus, thanks so much for joining us. I think you said, what, one more competition for you in a couple of weeks?
Yep, one more competition and then we'll have a break and have a good off season.
What does a break entail?
Probably
Studying.
studies and
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Studying on the weekends. So that'll be mostly it, and then maybe a few trips around the place for non-bowls events. So that'll be nice.
The prospect of international competition again, one day soon, like that's obviously a massive carrot for you, having had a taste at the World Cup in 2019.
Yeah, yep. It's always been my goal
Yeah.
from when I was a kid. So hopefully COVID can release some events that can possibly go ahead, and I'll strive for those and hopefully give it a crack one day.
Yeah, but how long's a piece of string, right? We just don't know.
Yeah.
How's that? Lovely touch. Great work, Seamus. All the very best. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you. No
Do
worries.
appreciate it. Seamus Curtin out of Plymouthton and capped Blackjack. Played at the 2019 World Cup in Australia. Finished 5th in the singles. Hugely talented. Was winning centre titles at the age of 13. What were you doing at 13? What were you doing at 13 to those? See?
Well, I wasn't winning centre titles.
Oh, bless. Great to have you back, my friend. Mike Carroll, who was with us yesterday during the triples semi-final. He's joined us for the pairs. Pretty talented young man, that one.
Oh, he's a great player, Daniel. And, we haven't seen the best of Seamus Curtin, don't worry about that. His day's yet to come, especially at that elite level.
Yep.
So we're looking forward to see him put the silver fern on in the future. He's a very talented player. I played with him last week at the Interclub finals in Christchurch. He lost one game in the semi-final. It was outstanding the whole weekend, and even that game was very close.
So maybe for a young player, what stands out when you assess his game?
The part of the game that most people don't appreciate is the mental side of it, and it's a big part of the game. And for the young guys, that's probably the one area that they need to work on the most. They're very talented. The bowl comes out beautifully for them. But it's the reading of the game and the real understanding, and that's probably Seamus' strength. He's played with a lot of good bowlers, so he's learnt real quickly.
Well, he was, round club rooms at age 2.
Yeah, exactly. And his mother's been fantastic. She's been a big part of his game, and but it's one thing to have those people around you. It's another to then take it on board and then take it to the next level. And I think that's what Seamus has done. Finbar and them are they're starting to come on as well, and I think we're very lucky to have those group of guys that mentally become very strong and have the right attitude, and that's important.
So, second half of this battle for the Peers title, Wainuiomata leading Victoria by 10-8, picking up 1 in the previous end. It's a rarity. We've had quite high scoring ends in this game. A couple of 3s and a 4 to Wainuiomata. There's this pair of Matt Richards and Peter Poynton searching for their first centre title. We talked about with Seamus. You guys have been around the game a long time. They will utterly cherish that first one.
Matt and Pete, a couple of good players, been with the Winery Club for a long time, so they definitely know how to play the game. But they're playing a couple of decent bowlers too, and Robbie Bennett and Scott Roddick. I've had a lot to do with both of these guys. Scott and I have played a lot of bowls together, and I've had Robbie involved with the rep team over the last year as well. So.
Peter on the wander as he releases. Pointing nicely.
Great effort.
It was a great effort. Maybe wanted just a fraction pace off to kill his own old jet and next to that jack.
That's all, but yeah, like we said yesterday, Daniel, nothing for being short, so
yeah.
He certainly was in the area.
Here is Bennett, a skip of Victoria. And then what
Another
seems
great
preferred
effort.
side?
Conditions is just starting to be a little bit testy. I know it doesn't seem like there's a lot of breeze out there, but just enough for it to be a little bit difficult. When the greens are running reasonably free like they are, even the slightest breeze can have quite an effect on the bowl. A little bit heavy there, Pete.
Right, experienced player. Bennett 9 centre titles, 2 national 4s and a Peers to his name too, so he's looking to add to his collection. And shots like that, yeah, somewhat. What's that, at least a couple? Right. Real signal I picked up on, friend. Did you see anything?
Yeah, Robbie's definitely a good player.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't know if I was high on his Christmas card list this year when I didn't select him for the Wellington rep team. I told him I was going to make a point of bringing it up at commentary too. Good.
Deal with the elephant in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't pick them all though.
He certainly told me and fellow selector Rod Leach what he thought of us too after.
I'm not sure if you went out seeking feedback, but you got it.
We certainly got it, yeah. We're coming 2 barrels. But to be fair to him, that's the passion that he had for playing for Wellington, and it's not always easy picking a side, but that's how much it meant to him to try and be involved.
But you're so right, that's what you want. You want girls who miss out to be disappointed.
Correct.
And in a lot of ways, it's a bit of a hair, isn't it? It's a toss of a coin sometimes for some spots. It's not like you are noticeably not as good as the guy we've gone with in this case. It's like
Yep.
You know, selectors gut feel sometimes.
It's combinations.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very hard decision, to be fair, to pick our Wellington side this year, but Rod and I didn't think we were going to make the main event the way he carried on that day.
Nigel might have been advertising for 2 new selectors.
Exactly. But isn't it good that we can laugh about it now?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
Handy bowl by
It
Sid.
is. Oh, Scott. Sid Roddick. Love that name.
He's a good man, Sid. He's won 3 national interclub himself.
Good response here.
Another great bowl from
Great effort.
Matt Ritchie.
What's that? That's the conditions.
Yeah.
As Mike has pointed out in commentary, wind is really starting to buffet around. Great to see the sun still winning that battle with the high cloud above. That's why the shades of the hats are still on. Maybe with a bit more pace.
Might get a result off this.
Ooh.
A bit unlucky there.
So too clear there. 2-1 to Yamato have the slender advantage.
So like you mentioned yesterday, Daniel, we've had some really good games on the live stream rink, haven't we, over the last 2 days? Very close games.
We haven't had a lemon yet.
No, we haven't. So, and it looks like this one's going to go right down to the final few ends too. So,
I was fearing halfway through the women's triples final that we might get a bit of a cakewalk, but
yep, interesting.
all the experts were telling me too early, Daniel.
Yeah.
You're showing your own experience here.
It's funny you should say that. Halfway through that game, Ben King, Helen's husband, came over and had a chat, and we said, you know, this game's a long way off finishing, and isn't it funny how the tide turned there?
That tide didn't turn it.
Yeah, talking with Karen.
Spun so quickly.
Talking with Karen afterwards, she said that the green just started to change a little bit, and they just lost their weight a bit there, and hence the Victoria side got right back in the game, didn't they?
Yeah. Always a game of adjustments, isn't it?
Yeah, Robbie's on a good line here, as long as he's got his weight, and I don't know if he has. Looks like he's just ducking under. Sid should know better to stand in front of the camera too. We need to... He's been around long enough.
He's definitely not going to get selected if he
Yeah,
carries
definitely
on.
won't be getting-
Peter Boynton, grimace, biting his lips. He knows that's come out all wrong.
I think the problem they got down that hand, they know it's a little bit tight at the best of times, so the wind won't be helping them.
Shane and Si were commenting about it does seem like this is the end where you're getting bigger varieties.
Yeah, big chance to lay down here. Okay.
Dislodges one, but still 2.
Yeah.
Well, it's good advertising for Victoria and
Well, and for
Anzac
Anzac Day
Day
too.
too, yeah.
Yeah,
quality product placement.
absolutely.
He's all concentration though, isn't he?
Yeah, the principal's going around to give him a speech though, I think. Pete wants to stay off the jack yet. Oh, that's a good bowl.
That is. That's going to be 4, isn't it?
Well-
As it stands.
It's definitely 2 in a measure, I think, but... Yeah,
Well
it's
done.
2 down. So he's on the drive here. A little bit wide.
It's back roll of Richards out of the way.
So Pete trying to draw here for a third, and if he can get this one in, all of a sudden they got a 4-shot lead. 7 ends to play. It looks like he's got his weight. He wants to be careful he
Yes.
doesn't get on the white here.
just replaced his own.
He did.
So 2 it will probably be. A couple instances of that for Peter Poynton in the last few ends where he's the target, just a little bit of too much heat and ended up costing himself a couple of shots.
Did. Interesting now, they were sort of, after 11 ends, they've got 7 ends to go. There's still a lot of time to go, but if you're the Waitanui team, you'd be trying to think about getting to sort of end 14, 15 with sort of the 4 to 5 shot lead. If they can sort of just chip away and pick up the odd 1 and 2 now, put the Victoria boys under a bit of pressure. It's going to be a good end here.
He's done a neat job leading off in this match.
He is.
One of his better ones. The weight pretty good, but askew as far as line.
Yeah, very good weight. Yeah, Sid's on a good line here too, but he might be just falling a bit short, I think.
Very wide, will it?
Yeah, probably more his weight, if anything. Yeah, it did hang out there too.
Poynton stares angrily at that one.
Well, Sid's definitely got a bit better weight here. It's going to come in nicely for shot.
So Victoria and pole position.
The thing, Daniel, that these players need to start concentrating on is not so much getting the ones all over the jack. It's more the bowls that are around that foot to 2 feet away are the most important. When the wind starts getting up, you know, bowls that are sort of that foot to 2 feet are the most important ones. And this one coming in here from Matt's not too far away from that, but that's not necessarily a bad bowl when the wind starts getting up on these 9-eye greens.
Sort of building your head, making.
Yeah. A lot of
You don't always need to be A+.
Correct.
Yeah.
A lot of people fall in that trap that they need to be all over the jack. Well, they get themselves in a bit of trouble. Another good bowl here from Sid.
A good allotment from the lead of Victoria.
Yeah.
It's good to see. Robbie Bennett can give out compliments too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like the work of his lead.
It's good to see another good turnout from the supporters around the green.
Most hovering around the current players are playing towards, because that's the sunny side. As you can see, a couple likely lads sitting on bench over there in shade, and it's probably a little bit cooler over there. Poynton. Oh, I knew he skipped on the backhand.
He's on a good track here. Might need to get the white. It's very close.
And he has.
He's got it all right.
Takes it well away.
Don't know if that's what he was looking for, but what a great result.
He'll take it.
He will take it.
Wow, it's going to be hard to navigate anything into there, isn't it? Is it not?
I would suggest that Robbie's got to be right out there.
Big sweeping left breaker.
It might not come back in.
Playing out there, just see the nature of the grass is going to be completely different.
Absolutely, and they're trying to put bowls down areas that haven't been played on too, so that can create a little bit of a problem.
See if Poynton can
Yeah, he's coming under.
That's a great illustration of when you're asking. A completely different line. You've got one that way, one that way.
Yeah.
Now they've each had a sighter. He certainly looks happier this time around.
He's certainly looking at it, isn't he? It just hangs around.
Great length.
Problem is that Robbie really can't see that bowl too. I wouldn't be surprised if Pete doesn't get one close here, whether Robbie looks down the backhander to get rid of that bowl.
Slide past the front bowl.
Yeah. Might be an easier shot, I think.
Matt Richards was a little bit eager. Picked up the bat. He thought there's another point. Take that. As he knows chipping away, just picking up one here or there's.
Well, don't know if I like the line that Robbie's on here, but
Bowl just there, and needs to negotiate past. He has, and he's
what a
collected
great
it.
shot.
How's that?
that's a fantastic bowl.
Firstly, to see that shot,
Oh,
then actually deliver on.
that's got them right back in the game.
Yeah.
Not that they were out of it anyway, but
And for the Robbie Bennett fan club watching, it was 10 past 1. 10 past 1 on. Dave stamped that.
Yep.
Send the link.
he should have a fan club because he's quite good on Facebook. So.
Yeah. So, 12 plays 11. 12 ends have been played. And we go from the long to the short, as you would say. Good to see a few of the fans enjoying some refreshments.
The 90 Club have done a great job once again, and isn't it great seeing all the Anzacs out
Yes.
there? And, I know Cheryl with the RSA, she's done a magnificent job out there. So
And that's a bowl fitting of the day.
great bowl from Sid.
Victoria right amongst it. They've already on one in our streaming rink here on rink 7. What do you make it a double?
Well, they're a fantastic club, as everyone knows. I mean, I think they've won something like 9 or 8 or national titles.
Yeah, over the last 8 years.
Yeah.
We had Nicole and
What a fantastic result. And some great people. I mean, Lou Newman, big part of their club. And their president, Mark Burgess, and his committee have done a fantastic job there. So
proving to be almost the lone thorn in the Hutt's side here at the Champions of Champions. It's
absolutely.
Hutt clubs have had great success through the first day and a half. Victoria certainly in that. Holding shot thanks to the fine work of this man first up.
Yeah, Sid looks just a touch wide there. Might be a little bit heavy, but still in a reasonable home. Matt, we're looking just to get something close for a skip here.
Hunches down as he hopes.
Just think he's dropped his weight too much here. He's on a good track.
Pulls up short, so
this is about just reducing the damage here for the Wainui guys, because Robbie gets another handy one in here. Pete's in a little bit of trouble, but a good second is what he's looking for.
Reminder of what else is going on day number 2 of the Champions of Champions. We've got the women's fours semi-finals played as we speak. I think one of them immediately to the left of this current group. That's Johnsonville Stokes Valley. Lower Bay up against Victoria. And then the final later this afternoon. Now, last of our feature games on this main. On the men's, currently watching the pairs. And the men's 4 will see Wainui Amata up against Tawa. That should have just started.
It has indeed.
Yep, Paul Hassel, who was with us earlier, involved. I can see him right there. He's reasonably happy with this weekend's work, through to the semi-finals of the singles, but you want to finish with a win, don't you?
Yeah. So exactly what I thought might have happened. The Vic guys have put the Wainui team under a bit of pressure here. I think they're 3 down. So Pete just needs to get one handy without being the shot.
Kicking the turf again,
Yeah, he's
too
heavy.
long.
He's heavy.
Now Brush and his counterparts on promoting at a fraction.
I think Robbie will be holding 4 after this. I'd expect them to be anyway.
In 13, proving to be unlucky for Wainui Amata. That stands.
Robbie's just coming in. I think he's going to get past the front blue, so he'll be holding 4 here. Certainly 3 in a measure anyway. Big bowl coming in here from Pete.
What can he deliver? This will be down 4.
Well, he's certainly looking at it, and he's on a good track here. I think he's just got to hold up a little bit. We'll get the blue right in the nose. Very good result. He's probably got second shot there, so he'll be happy with that. So only 1 to Victoria.
Yeah. Quickly acknowledged by Scott Roddick. Pressure. Oh, there from the skip, limiting the pain. So we're going to be locked up. 12 apiece. We've had 13. Again, another tight encounter.
Very tight. The breeze has just died off a little bit too, so it might make it a little bit easier for them.
It's what we want too, don't we? Roddick starting this, the 14.
Well, another good line here, Daniel.
Found a good patch of form.
The other bowls I'm talking about, the ones that are not all on the jack, but they're going to reduce the damage. They're the ones that are going to stop you dropping 4s and 5s.
Turns back towards the jack, but will come up short. Prefer to probably be in Victoria's boat right now.
Absolutely.
Huge gust picked up in our mic, and well, that one just kept going straight almost as a result.
Weight was perfect too.
That's when you start cursing yourself, saying I should live in another part of the country.
That's when the mental side of the game really does come into effect, because some players can let that frustrate them to the point where they stop believing that they can get one close, and you know, the wind, at the end of the day, the wind will only do what the wind will do. So if it gets hold of the bowls, so be it. Send them down the right line, and hopefully the wind stays away.
It's that almost tired line we often hear in sport. There's no control what you can control.
Yeah, that was probably just an example of Sid trying to fight the wind a little bit. sort of just bringing it in, and we're all guilty of that.
At last, from the lead of Wainui Amata.
Very wide, isn't he?
Is turning late, but left a lot for that to do.
So once again, he's put Pete under a bit of pressure here. He might only be one down. Sid got onto that front bowl of his, so he might only be the one to Victoria at the moment.
Bennett. Skip. Looking to make it, looking to move into double figures as far as centre titles for him. Playing on 9.
Just looks like he's under the line a little bit.
The 10's got a good ring to it. Not as good as 31. Clubmate Alan earlier today. How that's...
Well, Pete's on a good track here.
Yeah.
It's all on his weight.
He
It's
is.
pretty handy.
Does.
Coming in there nicely. Oh, that's the last 2 bowls he's played coming this way. He's got onto the jack, hasn't he?
All over it like a cheap suit. It's close for the second. One maybe a measure.
Yeah. Yeah, Robbie's looking for the bowl. He's just going to come under, I think.
Oh, half a width of the bowl away from making some contact.
He's given Pete a little bit more room to draw a second shot here, so Pete's certainly on
Look at the pace.
he's
Look at the
certainly-
pace of Pete. He's charging it. He's loving
Well,
it.
he's on the same line. He looks like he's coming in nicely, isn't he?
Oh, he knew that the moment
He
that
gets a
left
touch
hand.
of the jack, he makes 3. I don't think that changes Robbie's shot. I think he's still coming through here, so this is a big shot. He doesn't like it.
No.
He doesn't like it out of his hand.
Understandably, it's well away. So the contrast there. 2 gents, half a second after they released it. One's
Yeah.
started to sprint after it.
Yeah. Pete knew as soon as he let it
Yeah.
go out of his hand that he was on the right line. Thing is, if he can get a roll out of this bowl, the closest bowl of Victoria, he only needs 1 roll out of that and he makes 4. So I don't know if he'll be shy here.
It can be aggressive.
Yeah, he's certainly on a similar line, so he's just trying to draw that 3rd one. I think he's definitely got the weight for it. It's a great bowl here.
Teammate loves it. What a set of 3.
Yeah. They'll be measuring for the 4th too.
All 3 removed with a skip.
On the monitor here, it looks like it's a close measure. Oh, it's close. Oh, just short.
That's short. But 3.
So another end down.
So 15, 12.
This is when you start worrying about how many shots you start dropping if you're behind. So for the Wainui guys, if they can just tick over the odd 1 or 2 here.
So just 4 ends to play. That lead is 3. Huge thanks to all of our sponsors showing there. So appreciative of the effort they've made to support the game, the weekend, the region.
Yeah, without the sponsors, Daniel, we don't have a game, do we?
No. And we would have had another 5 in a row. Hugely tight. Times very tense. Times quite strange.
Yeah.
Games that we've seen.
Makes for good tally.
Unique is probably a better word. Strange. Been plenty of subplots within any of these matches. You know, if you just see the final scores, and a lot of them doesn't tell you the nature of it. So Wainui and this pair have been involved in the game since the late 80s and early 90s themselves. Both without a centre title. In front, but against two very capable players. Done a lot of winning in their time. Can they, like their mates, the women's triples, come from behind, storm home and overturn this deficit?
It just looks like he's slightly under, but his weight's going to be handy enough for him to hang around, I think. I'm thinking the Wainui guys, if they can win one more end, especially this end, then you'd expect them to be there or thereabouts come end 18. So,
You know, if you're talking about young'uns have never won the centre title, you might be a little bit more sceptical of it. But the amount in their memory bank, the amount of hours they've played.
yeah. And this is why we play the game, don't you? Like these guys looking for their first centre titles, and it's huge. You know, I remember when I won my first, and
Oh, delightful. I bet you can remember it very clearly.
very clearly.
Against?
Actually. My first centre title was in the Wellington singles against Mark Noble. And, yeah, that was 2003.
Score?
21-19. Yeah. It was funny because I played him in the first game of the tournament. We had section play. And I lost him. I think it was 21-14. Not thinking that we'd be playing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luck would have it.
We played in the final. It was a good game at the Hutt Bowling Club.
What was the decider?
Oh, well, I probably played a good one to win, actually. He had bowl back touch, and I was able to get him off and make 2 out of it. It was, yeah.
It's amazing how often these games end up coming down to one bowl. We had Nicole, national champ, talk about.
Yep.
Trailed the Jap, picked up 3, got down there. God, I actually did pull that off.
Against Mandy, and you'll see Mandy walking around there today. She was here yesterday with Taylor, and yeah, well, you expect that at the back end of tournaments too. You know, like everyone's playing well supposedly, and if the conditions allow you, it's always going to come down to 1 or 2 bowls.
Well, the skipper has fronted in the last end, hasn't he? His allotment of 3 was bang on. This is just a fraction beyond.
And a good home though. Robbie's got nothing more than just a draw here, really, but he looks a bit tight too.
That's underneath. Weight not a problem, but
Still plenty of room here. Pete and Matt have been around for a long time, and they're the guys you always enjoy playing against too. Sort of guys that every club needs, you know. Keep everyone honest. Play at a good level.
Matt's going to be knackered at the end of this. He's lived every bowl, especially out of the hand of his teammate. Barking orders at it, bending over.
I think he's just shown how much it means to him. There'll be a few beverages going down if these boys win tonight. Don't worry about that.
It might not get back to wine. No, he denied.
Oh, they'll be back there. The good ball coming in here.
There it is. Oh, nice kiss.
Yeah.
Hold on. That will make the Victoria pair.
I wouldn't be surprised if Pete looks at trying to get this off. It's a big bowl, this one.
You've got 2 seconds.
And they've got all the back bowls as well. Oh, he's stalking it.
Arrow away to the left as he was looking at it. The area he wanted it to be. So back on the hand of the skip from Victoria. Robbie Bennett.
Don't know if it was mentioned, Daniel, but I think it was Helen King's 31st centre title today.
Yeah.
How great's that?
Second equal all time now, isn't it? 31.
Yeah.
Do you need a 5 for a gold star, is it?
5 for a gold star, so
She's got 6.
she could share a few around, couldn't she? Make a few other ladies happy.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
That is incredible, really. A whole lot of winning, and she looked like she was like smiling throughout, even when they're down by 10, like just having the best time.
Oh, that's, yeah, that, I think she proved how experience got them through that game. She's been there, done that.
And well, her Skip's had a fantastic summer. Sarah Takamo.
Oh, Sarah's a great bowler. You won't meet a nicer person too. Very, wouldn't use the word shy, but very quiet spoken lady.
Pretty calm out there in the middle, almost
Yeah.
horizontal.
It was great to see her win the national mixed pairs with Laurie Guy. Laurie's another great bowler from the Victoria Bowling Club.
Yeah, so 31 centre titles now for Helen King, joining Lee Griffin on 31. Only Judy Howard has more. Judy Howard went all right.
The great Judy Howard.
Sorry.
Don't we all love her?
Isn't it? It's her official name now, isn't it?
Oh.
The great Judy Howard. 37.
Oh, and it's still great seeing her out on the bowling green. Oh,
How's
it's a
this?
good bowl from Sid.
And they've peaked one back in the previous end, but this is in 16 of 18, remember, so running out of bullets.
Yeah.
But it's close. Another tight, tense game at the 9-0 Bowling Club.
He's on a good track here, Matt.
That's more
Looks like
like
he's
it.
coming back to the white. They've certainly got onto the white coming down this way.
Oh, Peter's had problems with the chalk. I think he lost it down his strides and the second end. I don't know where it's gone, but it's good to see Richards. I thought it'd been really consistent, but had a couple of wobbly ends, but
Yeah.
it's a little bit short by.
It looks like they're holding 2 here.
Let's dispense with the jersey. All enthusiasm though.
On a good track here, Matt, too. He gets back to the centre line here. He's going to clap already. That's great bowling.
Wonderful image, but I sense the blood pressure of the Wainui boys is just creeping up, just out of pure excitement.
So I might have got that wrong. It might have been Sid's bowl that was back there.
So just one maybe.
One in a measure, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and that bright sunshine, that the blue can look like the green and the green can look like the blue.
Absolutely.
That distinctive style of being a little
Yeah, he's got that.
hook on the way back and then theatrical release,
Yeah.
but then it's pretty much stare ahead menacingly so as he watches this one come on in.
He's just gone through a little, probably just out of it. I see the lovely Tamara's been outspoken again today. Had far too much to say.
How so? You getting in trouble again?
No, like I said yesterday, she does a great job, and really need to give a plug out to her, and as well, she's those girls do a great job for Bowls New Zealand.
They do.
Very lucky to have
They
them.
trip around to all the centres.
They do, yeah.
Put these up.
And it's the stuff that people don't see. It's the stuff when they're there at 6 o'clock in the morning and then still there at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Look at Peter Boynton. Firing through, but
Oh, he's knocked that. That was his bowl. There's definitely one in the measure now. I think he's going right at it now, Robbie.
yeah. Wind up. The release.
He likes it.
How's that?
Oh, he's killed it.
No. Killed the end. Must admit, over 5 games we've had here, when
haven't
guys
had
are on
many
the
kills.
drive, it just shows how difficult
Oh, yeah.
that shot is.
I think we saw it yesterday in the Fours game, Stokes Valley playing Wainui, where they had the third, Finbar had Mike Chapman driving at a crucial time, and no disrespect, it's not a shot that Mike plays a lot. And it
Generally doesn't need to because he's such a
Yeah.
fine draw. Well, isn't he?
correct, and most people think, oh, we'll just send it straight down the line, it's easy, but it's not as easy as it looks.
I can only think of a couple actually hitting the target in the last 5 days, let alone actually, once it's hit the target, actually getting a positive result.
Yeah.
We saw it was Karen Guildford in the women's final. Previous game picking up 3 when they needed 4.
Yeah.
But I can't think of too many that have gone that way. It just
Well, you don't win too many games driving.
looks good.
It looks
That's-
good, yeah.
I think the audience always likes to see what happens.
Yeah.
So we go again. 15-13 it remains.
Sid's on a good track here again. Going to get a bit of the white too.
Yeah, but to your point, the organisation's first class.
Oh,
How someone has
yeah.
turned up, the information you provide is, as I often like to describe, it's idiot-proof,
Yeah.
which is good.
And I have
If you're
to
an idiot.
Yep. And to be fair, it starts at the top where Mark's given great leadership to his group, and they're very user-friendly and very approachable, and
Looks a little bit sort of Roddick rather, but
on the wider side.
circumspect as he leaves that one hanging well left as we look at it. Which is now with his second.
He's on a good track too. I just think he might
Be a little
drop
short.
a bit short. You can just sense in the skipper's voice in too that he's on a little bit of pressure coming on now, back into the game, and like you said, he doesn't need bowls short this time of the game.
You're out there, you probably echo that message you told me some 40 odd minutes ago. You don't need to be all over the jack.
Correct. Yeah. Just nice and handy.
Don't look for perfection.
he might get rewarded for good weight here. Just hang around. Those are the bowls I was talking about. You know, so.
There or thereabouts.
Yeah. So he looks like he's holding one.
Down to the skips.
The other thing too, Daniel, in these conditions, if your bowls are all over the jack, it very quickly makes the skips mind up. Sometimes when you got those gaps of a foot to 2 feet, you know, he's in between drawing or driving, probably more swaying drawing. So
In a lot of ways, you want him to have to make a decision.
correct. Yeah.
2, 3, 4 options here. Which one, rather than, well,
Yeah.
no, Robbie just picked up the ball and picked up the bowls. Just, I know exactly what I'm doing, and look,
Yep.
you're going to drop in a beaut.
He's played a good one there.
Well, point and return serve, if you will. One skipper to the other. Just 2 in this final on the men's pairs.
He's certainly up, so he's a big chance to get on the wide or even onto Robbie's last bowl. Sternly swinging, and he's got right onto it. I have to say he was probably a little bit lucky there, but once again, if you're up, you're a chance. Robbie is on a similar track to the first, but he's just going to come under, I think.
Too tight the line.
So now he's 2 light now, and after holding the shot, now being 2 down.
Poynton is very good playing down this end. Here we go, he's sprinting again. Watch the knees, Pete.
He just needs for it to drop in here. I think it will.
We expected a late break, both of them.
Yeah. Just out of it apparently, so
I just love the excitement from both of them.
yeah. Great club, the Wainui Armada Club.
I think they'll receive some welcome, won't they?
They'll, yeah, absolutely. Robbie's got a bit of breeze that just held him up there too. I think he's coming in for shot here. He's just swinging away.
Sort of almost hold your breath when you hear the huge gust and how it's going to impact. A point in his last.
So if you can add another one here, take an 18-13 lead.
Be huge.
2 to go. He's close here.
Boy, he loves it, doesn't he? He's going to
Hey.
beat it down there. Look at him stalking it. All the way. May have just slid on a fraction too much for him.
He's taking it. He's given that one. So I think there was 3 to Wainui.
Was it 3?
Pretty sure it was.
We'll wait for the official score, but no wonder that they were quick to the low 5. The crowd really starting to settle more portions.
Yep. So it's 18-13.
We've played 16, and now with 2 to go.
So
It's a 5-point deficit to overcome for Victoria.
it's a very simple exercise for the Victoria guys. They can't afford to drop another end here. So here's an opportunity now for Victoria just to change it up. The jack wasn't delivered long enough there, so pretty sure Sid will put this jack right down the back of the green and see if he can get the Wainui boys to be slightly off the game.
Lots of lead changes through the opening 4 or 5 ends, then through the middle section of the match, Wainui Yamada established a lead, hanging around with Victoria, just sort of clipping at their heels, but big ends in the 16th. 2 points now out to 5, and the finish line is well and truly in sight.
So they're playing right down to the 2 metre here, so first one onto it. Oh, Matt wouldn't be too upset with his first one here.
Now the left-handed Roddick.
He needs to drop right onto the white here, which he's going to.
I'll have to have followed that white a little bit more, I'm sure. Can't get everything in this world.
So the secret here for Matt is just getting a bowl between the 2 metre and the ditch. Anything between the 2 metre and the ditch is going to be real handy. When he's done that, he's going to draw the shot.
That's a bonus, is it?
Very much. It's about playing the scoreboard now. And when you're 5 up with 2 to go, the secret is just to drop 1 here.
Good line, but
Just out of it. I'm surprised that Pete's got him changing his hand here, but
the directive from upon high.
yeah, well, he'd have played a good one with his last.
This looks a bit slippery, doesn't it?
Looks like he's going to go into the ditch, is he? Yeah, he's gone into the ditch, so that was a wasted bowl.
Last of the 17th end for the lead, and that's well off.
Sid's played his worst bowl there.
Probably makes Richards feel a little bit better about his wasted effort. Tit for tat on that front, so
Yeah.
6 bowls remaining, as you can see, 3 each to the skips. The penultimate end of the men's pairs here at the 9-0 Bowling Club, part of the Angus Hotel Champion of Champions weekend. Second of 3 games today. Women's 4s to be played from about 2:30. I say about because I think the semis are still ongoing.
It is, yeah. It looks like the Johnsonville ladies are up against the Stokes Valley women. And
Victoria playing
Lyle Bay.
Lyle Bay. Here is
Yeah, Pete's, he's on
He's
the
narrow.
tight line, yeah. I'm surprised he's persevering with that backhand. Really, it's just a case of getting another good one handy. Leaving himself a little bit vulnerable with one bowl on the head. Probably be just looking to get another one, another good second, and if he's got a chance to whip the blue off with his last.
your weight could be the issue for him
Yeah,
here.
he looks like he's in
That's
the
travelling,
ditch, isn't he?
That's off to Wellington Central Station.
Yeah.
Ian persisting. On this line.
Still on a tightish line too.
Yeah, it's going to finish.
Doing not to be at the moment. The weight's pretty good too. 2 good weighted bowls.
Good to see Matt Richards focusing on the positives.
Correct.
Like a good teammate should.
Yeah.
Peter, check your bowl.
Yeah, Robbie's to get past this front blue one. I think he is. Maybe not. He won't be happy about that.
Try again for Peter Poynton. Skipper Wainuiamata are up by 5, looking to extend it.
Better grass from Pete.
That's the pace.
He wouldn't want to get onto the jack and
do exactly that.
Oh, well, he's got lucky. He's got lucky and he's got the shot in the ditch, so really the only thing Robbie's got now is to change his hand and try and get that toucher into the ditch, I think. Whether he's looking at that, I'm not sure.
Jack's there, mate. Bowl's there, that's a toucher there.
Big bowl here.
Right, our view obscured like yours. Player's reaction will tell you. It's short.
Yeah.
Either here nor there.
It's going to be a big ask now for these Victoria guys to get 6.
That would be some story.
Yeah.
So, 1913 should read. Indeed, it does, as Roddick updates the scoreboard at the far end. 1913. The 18th and final end. Men's pairs.
I think the champagne will be on ice at the Wainuiamata Bowling Club now. Yeah, well deserved too, to be fair, but that's a good bowl.
That is.
You're not going to get too many 6s inside those.
Waiting for that ball to appear. Well, it hasn't really, so short.
Yeah.
Short and left.
Really, they've got no choice but to try and kill this end if that's what they're looking to get a 6. And Robbie will probably have Sid looking to kill this jack, I would imagine. No.
Maybe one more.
Yeah, I can't really see why that front bowl's not going to count. I wouldn't have thought at any time. So, needing 6. He's either resigned to the fact that the game's over, or he's got a plan that
we're unaware of.
Very unaware of.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they can repeat that 4 more times and incrementally move all the...
Yes. Yeah.
Richards is final effort. Left it a little bit wide, but it's just turning back into the picture. Sorry, he's got one more, of course. And this is the final one for Roddick. That's very narrow. But it will just nudge out. Wainuiamata bowl.
Sometimes if, in this case with the Wainui guys, maybe they look to play down to the jack a little bit too and see if they can move it before the opposition do. Not that I don't think they shouldn't be overly worried with, like I say, that first one of Scott's been on the short side.
What's Robbie Bennett thinking? Dead end walking? I need to
Well, I mean,
to try and kill it.
I would have thought that's the only shot he's got on, to be fair.
Poynton just wants to drop another one in.
Yeah.
He's done often heading this way. Second half of the game especially.
Yeah, especially coming down this way, Daniel, yeah.
This one's a rare wayward attempt. As far as line.
He looks like he's on the charge here.
Yeah, the distinctive wind up. Lets it go.
He's close.
Gosh, but just held its line throughout, didn't it?
Did.
Got 2 to go as he gives it a kiss in the background.
Yeah.
Pointed looking for the big breaker. Gonna put it towards the back. And it'll
Well,
swing around nicely, won't it?
The good thing, he's stayed away from the head. He hasn't made the shot any easier for him, which is important. So he's only got the jack.
You don't want to increase that surface area. You've got to be inch perfect. It's pretty good.
Unfortunately, he's put it straight in the ditch. He'll be shaking hands here.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's how much it means
Yeah.
to Matt Riches, who took up the game, started playing in 1989 as skipper Peter Poynton in 1991, and today in 2021 they've won their first centre title. Congratulations to them. Well, they've been front runners throughout, and in the final couple of ends held their nerve and picked up a huge 3 on the 16th, and now, well, icing on the cake, as the scoreboard will read, a very sweet 19-11 to them, as they've beaten the very fine players in their own right, of done a bit of winning in their time, but, well, it will be savoured long and hard at the Wainui Mata Club.
Yeah, fantastic result for the Wainui boys, and hard luck to the Victoria guys. And as you said, they're fantastic players in their own right. But isn't it great to see that 2 guys have got centre titles today that didn't have them when they turned up here first thing this morning. So
I do worry how tired they're going to be after living every shot, it did seem, but I'm sure once they find a refreshment in hand,
yep.
that second win will arrive.
I'm sure the Nine Eye Bowling Club will benefit out of this result quite well.
They're celebrating in the van. There's only two fellas more happy, and that is, of course, Matt Riches and Peter Poynton. Mike, thanks so much, mate. It's been absolutely a treat having you and adding insights and brilliant ones at that. Go enjoy this afternoon. It's been a wonderful couple of days, isn't it? I know 14 was the final score. It's been officially updated. My apologies. It's always hard picking up the signals when people are shaking hands, but it's been a pretty enjoyable day.
Been fantastic, and mate, on behalf of the Bowls Wellington community, we want to thank you for giving your time up and promoting the game the way we want to see the game promoted. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks very much. I do appreciate those kind words. Hold tight. We will take a break. We're not going away for too long. I think around about 2:30. I think we're still on schedule. Although the semi-finals and the women's fours may change that. So I use that great word, approximate start time for our final feature game here on Ring 7, which is the women's fours final, where we had the prospect, as Nicole told us earlier, it could be mother against daughter, which would be quite something and quite unique. But we'll be back around about 2:30 as those 2 semi-finals coming very close to an end. But all eyes on Ring 7 in the last couple of hours have been the men's pairs, and congratulations to 2 great stalwarts of the Bowls Wellington region representing the Wainui Mata Club, and they've done that superbly, to Matt Riches and to Peter Poynton, who have beaten the Victoria duo of Robbie Bennett and Scott Roddick, running out 19-14 winners. So look out, Wainui Mata. The boys are on their way home, and with a bit of tin.